Are you tired? Okay. Because at some point in time we probably need to do a break, so if you need a break now, they see like 50% of the people trying to sneak out. Just give me a shout. I won't try to overload you on all these videos.
It's yours,
yeah? Yes. And Metro has shown you kind of a logic and a sneak peek on major business solutions and tools which we are using and offering to our businesses on advertising side. And first, they are great. Yes, they do require some investment, and so some of you may say, well, they are not relevant for me now. That may be the valid point. I think what's important in there is that even if you are not using or decide that it's not the right time for you to use those instruments, use the logic which he presented to you. Because in a lot of instances, right, you would be able to find the right customer, you would be able to offer the right product, following and asking similar questions which, for instance, Google has been asking when we've developed those business solutions, right? The remarketing, video and display advertising. Relevance, always there, relevance and what was the sort of optimization. I came before Google from FMCG. I was working in P&G and then Kraft Foods, and it's pretty much, you know, always there in the physical world means distribution. So if your product is not there when people need it, they don't buy it, right? You know, relevance is important thing and is typically driven by marketing, because you need to explain, especially in the complex products, you need to explain to people what are the benefits, why this product is better than others, and basically, I mean, in a lot of instances, why they should buy it. Now, this one is a bit different in internet, because in internet you typically have much more chances to show exactly the relevant product for those people who are looking for that. And the third one is optimization. Exactly. If you've got a bad product, if you, in Georgia, if you need to have a fish chocolate and fish without milk, you need to have it without milk, otherwise people are going to buy it. So you, all the time in iterations, you go back and you revise, you know, your product, you revise your pricing, you revise your marketing strategy, you even look how to improve distribution. So some learnings that they are, you know, traveling across businesses. I think what's on optimization, what's amazing in internet is that you can optimize every day, right? A lot of things and tweaks in your campaign, in your website, and so on. You can do, change it, see how it works, do 2 or 3 things, test it, and so on. This is a virtue which doesn't exist, and a situation which is dramatically more different in physical world. So imagine to change the recipe of a chocolate, you would need to buy different ingredients, ship them in, you would need to potentially install new equipment on the line. So the timeline is like 6 months, the investment is $500,000, and yet you don't even have a clue that it's going to work, okay? In a lot of you, although you may do a lot of research here, I think the cost of your potential entry and also the cost of optimization is dramatically lower. And then you can also see result immediately. So any of those campaigns you can basically optimize on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, you can limit budgets and so on, which is great. I'm going to talk on a bit different level because, you know, there are also local business and there are businesses which are just starting out. And when they're thinking, you know, how to get onto internet, is basically there is an ecosystem of Google products, which are also users' products as well, which I have been speaking in my first presentation, giving you examples. I spoke about it yesterday, and the idea there is, in business solutions, there are millions and millions of users who are using our product on a daily basis. They're in search of information, and often businesses are asking us, so how to get to Google? So I want to get to Google is the major question, the major challenge which business is saying to an agency when they come at the first meeting. So I wanted to show you several like very basic opportunities and practical examples of what the business can do, you know, and how it can leverage the Google infrastructure to find a bit more customer, to get better, to get more in touch with them. Very practical examples. Most of them, I do apologize, they will be from Ukraine, but they will be, they will be very relevant for you as well. We will be looking into Maps geoservices. Google Plus is a social platform which is linking all of the users across our other services. Video, YouTube, and then obviously how this, because idea is that if you start thinking ecosystem, if you know these opportunities, and these are first steps, cost you nothing, at some point of time, this would put you in a much better position to start using also business solutions. Because if you see that your business is growing, you may at some point of time say, okay, I'm ready to invest. But if you do this step before, you will be in a much more prepared position to get much more efficient results from your further investments as well. So let's go one by one. Google Maps. Google Maps is very simple. The benefits for business is that there are business contacts on the maps of your business. There are business contacts in search because, maps data is feeding into search as well. This is pretty much a business card linked to location. If your business is linked to a specific location or has numerous locations and people need to go there to get those services, you better be on the services which are where people are looking for them. It may be Google, maybe other services and so on, but the idea is any hotel, if I'm in the hotel, I need to find where it is. I want to look at the location, whether it's a city center or it's far away. I want to look at the photos, potentially how it looks, and so on and so forth. If it's a restaurant, if it's a number of things, right? And then, as an example, I tap in Kyiv restaurants and it shows me out a huge spread of the things, right? But it's also now, because the Google services, they are linking it into ecosystems. In parallel, it can show me the restaurants with the highest reviews over there, which is fitted in from other services. It show me the restaurants where some of my other friends has attended already, and so on and so forth. And if I'm looking for what Dima was saying, if I'm looking for plastic windows in Kyiv, I need plastic windows, and when I do a search, because I live in Kyiv, I need them in Kyiv. I don't need them in Tbilisi and in Lviv and in Las Vegas, right? So, businesses who do these services in Kyiv, they are on map and they are also available in search. So if you enter the data, if your data of that business if it's available on the maps, it also provides this data into search. So in my search results, I see this data. You see the reviews, the names of the companies, the phone numbers, the addresses, and then there is a map as well. So I can relate whether it's far from me or not. And it's actually, for me as a user, it's very helpful. For you as a business, is maybe a small tiny chance, but a chance that you will get an extra customer, right? There is so many more things and steps to be done, because if I'm calling you, you're not picking up, you don't get me. If I'm calling and you are rude to me, you don't get me. If I'm calling you got a very high price, you don't get me, and so on and so forth. But this is the first step, because it's so-called zero moment of truth. I'm looking, when I'm in need, I get into search to look for the information. And you can get in there with a very simple solutions. We will have a look at that. So you can add business on the maps. You can get quite a lot of things as a business or your neighborhood, and you can change the maps yourself. So when you look into geoservices and Google Maps, what it has in hand for businesses, there are basically two simple directions. The first one is you can use the power of maps on your side. If you are a travel agency, or if you are a tourist agency, or you are a business with multiple spots, there is so-called Google Maps API, which is to a certain level is pretty much free of charge for use. You can put on there your geolocating information, some tourist tracks. You can link there the photos and so on. And this is all your proprietary information on your side, but it leverages the maps technology. I'm not, putting a lot of focus on that, but then you can, as an alternative, you can also put your business information on map as well, right? Even more though some users can put your business information on map as well if they know it and if they like it as well. And there are a number of services, but the key one which I wanted to mention is called Google Mapmaker. Mapmaker is a service, it's a crowdsourced service which allows pretty much any user or any business to add their information on the maps, and which allows basically to not only business information, it allows you to add information like roads, buildings, some natural things like forests and lakes and so on. I will show you an example. But the idea there is that then it goes moderation. So if other people confirm that this is the right information, if there are reviewers over there, it pops up on the map. And this is a simple but yet powerful tool because it allows you to get there, so you can add the place, you can correct the place. If you are on the maps already and your data is outdated over there, you can get there and you can edit there. New website, you got website, great, edit there. You got new phones, edit there. You got other stuff, you got photos, go and add it to your business because the more information, relevant information, is in there, actually it may convince people to pay attention to your business, right? Beyond businesses, you can add roads, you can review other changes, you can pretty much change anything on the map. And in Georgia, this service is available, and it's actually, even one of your state agencies is actually putting a lot of information on the map because they understand that it's going to be useful for the users. In a lot of countries, people are putting, and countries or cities are putting the public transport data on the map, so you can build and find the option from one place to another in Tbilisi. I was told yesterday that it's also available in Tbilisi. If I'm a foreigner and I'm a tourist, let's use tourism as a good example. I can go from one place to another here by taxi, but I would never dare to use public transport if I don't know how to do that, right? If I find the route here on the maps, much more chances that I will go there. And then, as an example, this is before and after. Quality is not mega, but it's one of the cities, small cities in Ukraine. So before that was the quality of Google Maps, just some basic roads, right? And then users, who live in there, they took this product, they knew the neighborhood, I don't know it, they know it, and they pretty much created this map. This is the same map for the same city, right? This is not all about businesses. This is also about neighborhood and so on. So parks, street names, churches, all the tourist places, sightseeing, and so on. Why it's important? It's even important for the businesses because if you are a business and there is a nice neighborhood around you and so on, you can also change that and contribute to it. So this is, and if you look at the business example, that's an example from Lviv. And we've been there, we've been also sharing that with the Lviv businesses as well. And there is a McDonald's in Lviv, but it's not on the maps. So like straight during the meeting, we added actually, in the map maker, we added this spot and the building of McDonald's, and we added the information. You see the Prospect Svoboda, Lviv, the phone number, and so on. And we put it in map maker on the maps. And I will show you how later on you can see it in the results. So these are maps. Maps is the first thing, it's really relevant to location. Then you move on, Google+. Everybody says, okay, Google+ is social network and so on. Yes, it is. But I think when you look into businesses, there are at least two things. Google+ allows you to bring social aspect and interaction aspect into your interaction in the customers. And second point is allows you, again, to be present on Google services. So we'll talk about Plus Pages, which is a solution for businesses. And we'll talk about Hangouts, which is something, quite quirky, but it's also quite innovative way to engage with your customer if you find it relevant. Plus Pages is basically, when you go into Google+, there are two things. The first one is personal profiles, like mine, and I'm showing that address to you, Svyatoslav Komakha. I have a personal profile as a person. But as a business, you can also have a Plus page, which is a number of basically different types of businesses which you can pick. So there is a business with a location, like a store, cafe, and so on. There are products and brands, there are companies and organizations, arts and sports, and so on. What it allows you is basically, it pretty much allows you to create your first mini website or business card on Google services, because this identity which you create for your business, it kind of pops up and you can have it on all of our services. On Maps, in search, on YouTube, and so on. And I will show you an example of Bukovel. Bukovel is a Ukrainian Gudauri. So it's the biggest ski resort in Ukraine. It's a huge infrastructure. There is a hotel Bukovel and so on, which they use to promote. And we work with them also, just explaining what are the opportunities and how the way they started. So they created the Google Plus page, which they pretty much own and they manage. Google Plus page is Hotel Bukovel. They've got some offers on there, but what's more, again, it's not a website. They've got an official full-fledged website, but there is a basic information which you can already have on Google Plus business page. It's a physical location with addresses, with website, and phone contact numbers, right? These are photos as well. If If you are first time in Bukovel or in Budour, imagine you probably would want to see how it looks. There's even a built-in widget for the booking of the hotels from the booking.com. This can be done as well. Reviews from the users, 4.5, which is quite decent. And yeah, I would want to see reviews when I'm picking up a hotel or so. And there are obviously a lot of people who added this page into their circles. And there are a few people you see which are in my circles as well. Which is very important because I actually see who've been there, who added this, and I can ask people for some references as well. What's more, basically, the same page allow the resort and the hotel to do their social communication. So they can post some posts, videos, and so on. And it's the same page, actually. I can follow them, I can see some use in there as well. But there is also two more tabs. The first one is photos, which is extremely important. The second one is YouTube, the videos, right? We spoke that video content is extremely important. That's exactly the case when the business is local. It's far away from me, so video content helps me to make decisions, whether it's worth going there or not. And what it allows you is basically that they've got a YouTube channel, which also links it to the same identity of Google Plus page. So Hotel Bukovel has a Google Plus page, and there is a link to, you see there is a YouTube there, and I immediately can see all the videos which they post in YouTube. So it's all linked into one thing. So NetNet Plus page, it's actually the one business card, one identity of your business on all Google services. That's how you can do that. And we will show later on examples why it's important. As we spoke on YouTube, basically, there is another thing, is obviously any business can have a YouTube channel. Likewise, like any user can have a YouTube channel. What does it open for you as a business? Channel for your video content. If video content is important for you, if you do a review of your hotel, if you are a small bakery and you basically do, or Khinkali, and you do the most amazing Khinkali in Tbilisi, and if like 50% of foreign tourists who are coming, they don't have a clue what Khinkali is, if you show them the process and what it is and how it's done, and you tell them that it's one of the most traditional Georgian dishes, there are big odds that those people might be interested in that as well. So just think about relevance of that. For most of you, you may say, no, video is not relevant, but for some of you, if it's relevant, think that way as well. Content in there, which you just put for free, creating the channel, start generating for you already some new potential customers. And we will see examples. The second one is live stream. For entertainment, for the news and so on. If you've got just more than 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, you've got a functional live stream. So you can basically start your own TV with a live streaming live content and so on and so forth. And then obviously all that video stuff which you create on your YouTube channel is easy integratable. You can put it on your website and you can share it in the social and so on and so forth. So it's like one platform which allows you to keep all your video content. It allows you to edit it, it allows you to add captions in different languages, it allows you to actually target it, because if you put the right keywords, people who are searching in there, they will see. And then again, video is popping up from YouTube, is popping up to the relevant search queries in search as well. And search is the most powerful globally tool when people are searching for information. So, two examples. This is business. Now, it looks funny, but it's Biceps UA. It's actually business which exists on YouTube. So there is a guy who is doing fitness. He's called Yuri Spasokukowski. He's in Ukraine. And the way he does business, beyond that he's probably have a physical presence as a fitness store, he does a video tutorials of how, to do the fitness, right? And have a look, 78,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. 78,000, it actually means that they are not only from Ukraine. They are from elsewhere. I mean, he's doing that in Ukraine, in Russian and Ukrainian. So it's a lot from Russia, a lot from other markets. But he's got this pretty much channel which is a part of his business. The way he monetizes it, he obviously, on that channel people can see other advertising and so on. But it's not a question of monetization. It's a question of how a business model may look like. And using that, he also has a lot of benefits when somebody is looking for fitness. I will show you how it works. Another example is Google Plus Hangouts on Air. So it's a combination of Google Plus when you've got an identity and your YouTube channel, because it allows you any moment as a business create a live translation of anything you may want to do on your YouTube channel. and at the same time you can actually invite other people and communicate with them live, right? This example is about, the guy who do a, kitchen party hangout chef. So he's a chef who is inviting customers. So they do some, cooking online, sharing their recipes and so on. I will give you another opposite example. Is that President Obama, who is using exactly the same technology to talk to the citizens of the US. Okay? The tool is very simple because I am having here an internet. I cannot connect, unfortunately. Now from this computer right now, I can start a live YouTube translation with my Google Plus account of this event in 1 minute. And I can invite my friends, and we can actually broadcast this in my YouTube account to the people who are signed up to my, to me. Now there are two subscribers in my YouTube account, so it's not that's going to create a stir on the market. But this is again, this technology is available. It's free. It's a lot of businesses. We have cases where are like huge businesses, big brands are using this technology. One of the example is Clinique, which is a French premium cosmetics brand, right? So what they did, they have invited the dermatologists, cosmetologists, and they invited the beauty bloggers in the live event where they had a discussion about the launch of the new product, which was a big stir because beauty bloggers and so on, it's been viewed a number of times, so it was spread on the internet and social, but beyond that, they also took that footage and they have created a like 30 seconds video just using the hangout footage, and they put it on YouTube promoting that. So as a combination, they got a lot of free coverage, and then they also were able to convert it into the digital promo strategy. So YouTube, live translation, your video channel, and basically combination of Google Plus and YouTube allow you to interact with your customers. For instance, if you are training a company, right, you can do a webinar so you can interact with the people using this technology, and again, it's free. So when you go to how to get to Google, these are like, I think 4 things which I basically wanted to outline as a summary. So on Maps, you can get business context on Maps, and it's also in search. Google Plus Pages is pretty much your business card online, which also has a social aspect because you can have ratings there, comments, reviews, photos, and so on. YouTube is a video channel, which is hosting your, hosting your video content. You can do product reviews, service reviews, and so on. And only then, if you explore these opportunities, you can also look into search, because you can leverage search ads, what Dima was saying about, but you can also, in search, you can see results from maps, you can see ratings and video, and out of sudden, your business search results, if you use all of that ecosystem properly, are having stronger competitive advantage versus others. And I will show you how. So remember all of those examples, McDonald's and so on, how we did that? So now, after we put this on the map, when I'm searching McDonald's in Lviv, right? I'm getting all of this stuff, but I'm also getting the data from the maps, which shows me this, and this is basically the maps data, but it also shows me this. This is called, knowledge graph. Knowledge graph is when in search is using data from our services in a more extended way. So you can get it from here, you can get sometimes it from Wikipedia, from our partners, but that's McDonald's, okay? So it has, you can build routes to it, it shows where it's on the map, contacts, comments, and so on. There is a much higher chance that customer will click on this, which is so-called CTR, click-through rate, because for business it's very important in organic results or elsewhere, not that people will search for you, but then they will click to you, they will go to your site, and then they will basically do some actions, and ultimately, hopefully, they will become your customers. So that's the first small step. Then if you go and remember the Bukovel, right? If you do Bukovel search in search, that's how it looks. The first thing is, beyond their own site, they have a review and the data from the G Plus page, which is the same on the maps. And then there is a G Plus page, allows them to have this bit, right? Which shows the directions, which shows the map, which shows that they got like 154 subscribers in Google Plus. It's not a lot. But see how it changes the thing in the search, right? It also actually have even the Wikipedia snippet, but that's how they do it smartly. So yeah, you can have it as well. Now let's have a look at Yuri Spasokhukotsky. When you do a search for bodybuilding fitness, you're not searching for his business. You want to have a bodybuilder, you have a better fitness. He's having the YouTube channel and he's having Google Plus page, right? So that's how it helps you as an individual business to pop up in the search results, right? So Biceps UA is actually his site, it's not YouTube channel, but it's linked, so the author is him, and the author is actually it's Google Plus page. It shows his visual and so on, and the chances for him to be picked up on this list of different fitnesses and stuff is dramatically higher. And then obviously moving it even further, if you've got business and who has a Google Plus identity and location and so on, and at some point of time you decide actually to go into advertising and search ads, it helps you a lot as well, because if you go, now Rosetka is the biggest e-commerce site which sells pretty much everything, right? So I'm searching for buy a TV set. And these are organic results, and by the way they also have, you see the maps, linkage and so on. But this is ad, right? And ad is having the linkages to Google Plus page, 54,000, and into your location. Now, why I say it's important? Because if you start preparation and do those simple and free things, at the point of time when you will decide to advertise, this will become critical for you, because it will help you. Because the research shows that the ads which are using the social extensions or the geolocation extensions and so on, they are having 10 to 15% or 5 to 10, around 10% higher click-through rate than the ads without it. Than the ads which are having, 50,000 subscribers in Google Plus, it gives me a certain level, as a business, a certain level of credibility versus other ads or organic results. So this is kind of, that's why I'm saying about the competitive advantage, because it helps you. And these are examples which is just simple illustration of one thing. There is an ecosystem of products on Google, right? Which you as a business, I advise you to get a bit online and learn if you've got a lot of materials about all of that and so on. And basically start thinking how you can leverage it in your digital strategy. Remember my previous presentation about the Bedouin camp and so on? There should be, and there is always a digital strategy for any business. Whether it's a huge one who is going to advertise for the whole globe, or whether it's a small one who is local one, right? And in that case, there is internet offers something for everyone. And Google can be of help with our ecosystem of products as well. There are, Maps and Search is the old one, Google Plus pages and so on. This is something which is really developing a lot right now, and we are constantly improving that. There is amazing, tons of stuff which you can work with. Photos, videos, you can create videos, you can create amazing GIF photos for your business and so on. I'm not going to spend time on that. We are working to provide much more analytics for the Plus pages as well for businesses, so you will be able to see more information and so on. But then again, I think it's opportunity. Future opportunity is in your hands. Instruments are out there. They will develop, they will change, and the only plea which I have is use this opportunity now, because somebody else will do it for you. Dima Glova, that's my last presentation. Thank you very much. Great pleasure to be here in Georgia, and I hope that it's not for the last time. Thank you.
I have a question. Can I ask you?
Yes.
Okay.
But I may not have an answer.
So, you were talking about Google Maps.
Yes.
I love Google Maps, I
Yes.
work and so on. There were a team for 3D building makers.
Yep.
And since last year, it's cancelled. They just denied the work, and millions of buildings, millions, thousands of persons, for about 6 years were